Robert Klein, and this is The Art of Fighting. In this episode, we check out several of the most beautiful of Japanese martial arts. We're going to meet a really cool couple from the Czech Republic that study not one, but 4 different sword fighting techniques. Next, we enter the beautiful and Zen-influenced world of Japanese archery, a world where hitting the target is not even important. Finally, we're going to check out a super cool new Japanese martial art called Taido, where every practice looks like a martial arts movie. Hi, I'm Robert Klein, and this is The Art of Fighting.
So we're at a Japanese festival, which we think is celebrating the end of the children's school year.
Jindra and Yana are hardcore sword fanatics from the Czech Republic who came to Japan a few years ago. In their daily life, they work as metallurgists, but their true passion is the samurai sword. After this Japanese festival, we were able to talk to them about some of their favorite sword techniques: Kendo and Tenin Rishin Ryo. Kendo is a fast-paced modern sport based on samurai sword fighting technique, while Tenin Rishin Ryo is the last great sword fighting style developed in Japan. It was designed to be highly practical and easy to teach. Kendo focuses on footwork, speed, and timing, while Tenin Rishin Ryo works on the proper form of using a katana and proper cutting technique. In Tenin Rishin Ryo, the slash is everything.
Okay, I'm Indra. I'm from Czech Republic, and Jana is my wife. She's also from the Czech Republic. We stay in Japan for 2.5 years, and we are practicing Kendo.
Well, that's actually kind of an understatement. You're kind of a fanatic of Kendo. you don't practice. How many hours a week do you do Kendo?
It's hard to say how to express in hours, but we practice like 8 or 9 times a week.
Each practice about 2 hours.
Let's say 1.5.
1 hour maybe.
Okay.
1 hour.
So between 10-15 hours a week minimum.
A week, yeah.
Minimum.
Right.
Plus travel time to all these weird places.
Well, it costs some
Right, yeah.
extra minutes. We are not professionals. We are just crazy about it.
So you met doing Kendo?
Well,
Yeah.
the story is very easy. I opened a Kendo club some 11 years ago, and this woman came, like being interested in practice. So I said, there is no problem.
Yeah.
Let's see what can
he waited 1 year
After
to see if I could actually keep the practice. And then he asked me out. Right?
So her Kendo ability was an important part of your relationship.
Absolutely.
No Kendo, no
shows-
marriage. Why the sword? Of all the martial arts you could take.
Snowball.
It's noble. It was secret. It was impossible a couple of 100 years ago, and the sword is said to be a core budo or core skill of any other martial arts like Aikido or Karate. So sword is good.
So why do you like Kendo?
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a difficult question. I don't know. I can't answer. It's I think it's just curiosity. What's in the next step? So you're still developing, and after you reach some level like Shodan, Nidan, Sandan, you still see there is something else afterwards. So I'm curious, what is it?
Is it attractive to you aesthetically? Do you like the speed? Do you like the adrenaline?
I think I like the adrenaline, and it's like full contact while you are protected. So there are no injuries in Kendo, but it's still very dynamic.
One of the challenges of Kendo is learning how to scream and move your body in one synchronized, highly effective motion. This, ironically, takes a long time to do because you have to get over your inhibition of totally screaming without thought.
So how long did it take you to be able to scream convincingly?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
2 years of screaming practice before you could organize your motion and your screaming into one coherent action.
Yeah. I was afraid to express myself this loud. So it took 2 years before it actually opened.
How do you do the katas? What's the advantage of those? What do they do for you?
Because when you practice kata, you polish your style.
They'll
So-
learn you the principles which you could apply.
So do you find that? I understand this in theory, but is that true in practice?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Do you think by doing katas you're better in
There is
actual?
no doubt about this.
So sport kendo gives you timing and speed and footwork and all these things,
Yeah.
but it
You
doesn't
deal
actually
with-
teach you the
Yeah.
mechanics of cutting.
Exactly. You
Or
deal with
Tenryushin
real
Ro teaches you
opponent.
the actual mechanics of slashing something.
Exactly.
If you don't practice kendo, but you do Rishinryu, you usually those people don't understand the proper distance, the proper timing, proper footwork. They don't know what to do with their bodies.
Because it's just a kata. They don't understand how this is carried out
Exactly.
in a dynamic
You see,
situation.
they don't see their opponent in front of them when they do their kata. So it makes sense both ways.
How does kendo affect other aspects of your life? Have you changed in these 17 years of doing kendo?
I think so. It would be very difficult. It would be very strange if I wouldn't change.
Has he changed in these 17 years of doing kendo?
Yeah, I know him only for 11 years.
Yes.
12 years.
12 years.
So has he changed in the 12 years you've known him?
I think he's pretty much the same person I knew from the beginning.
Because we are changing in the same way.
I've changed a lot.
How have you changed?
Yeah, I started when I was 18 and I was very unself-conscious. I was very shy. I think I've changed
Yeah, that's
in the
true.
better world. I think kendo is played a major role. I'm more self-confident.
So you'll do this for the rest of your lives?
Probably.
Hello, I'm your host, Robert Klein, and this is The Art of Fighting. Welcome to the mysterious, beautiful, and highly spiritual world of Japanese Kyudo. Kyudo, or Japanese archery, is probably the most difficult, elegant, and mental of all Japanese martial arts. Even after 50 years of training, students still struggle with the basics. It is more a type of meditation than a form of archery, and it is said that hitting the target is not even really important. In fact, being happy over hitting the target is sometimes punished. Students learn highly choreographed, minute ritual motions to discipline the body and the mind. Through years of practice, rigid and clumsy movement thoughtlessly become smooth and elegant. According to Eugene Herrigel, one of the first Westerners to write about Kyudo, perfection is achieved when the target and archer become one and the same without separation. Like in Zen, the intense and focused rituals of Kyudo are designed to achieve a state of no mind. A state in which analytical thought and ego give way to perception devoid of self. Kyudo is not a sport, and marksmanship is irrelevant. Instead, it is best understood as a form of moving meditation. According to the famous Kyudo master Shibata Sensei, the ultimate goal of Kyudo is to polish the mind. He states, "One is not polishing one's shooting style or technique, but the mind. The dignity of shooting is the important point." This is how Kyudo differs from the common approach to archery. In Kyudo, there is no hope. Hope is not the point. The point is that through long and genuine practice, your natural dignity as a human being comes out. This natural dignity is already in you, but it is covered up by a lot of obstacles. When they are cleared away, your natural dignity is allowed to shine forth. Thank you very much for watching. I'm your host, Robert Klein, and this is The Art of Fighting. This is The Art of Fighting, and I'm your host, Robert Klein. In today's show, we're meeting Nakano Sensei, who is a master of the martial art of Taido. Taido is a relatively new Japanese martial art invented in the 1960s from a form of Okinawan karate. Nakano Sensei is the current world champion. He is also the 4-time winner of the All Japan Championships, which many believe is a far more rigorous competition. Before entering Taido, Nakano-sensei practiced gymnastics, karate, kickboxing, and baseball. He was the team captain of his university Taido club. Here is an example of him in action. Here's another. This is an example of Nakano-sensei doing Taido sparring. As you can see, Taido places an incredible emphasis on fast, creative, dynamic movement. While many martial arts focus intensely on the proper strike, Taido focuses intensely on proper movement. There are 5 basic principles of movement, and they are used for attack and defense. There are spinning movements called sen, ascending and descending movements called falling movements called hen, spiral movements called nen, and rolling movements called ten. You can see all of these aspects at play in any of the more advanced Taido forms. To my mind, Taido looks a lot like Kung Fu, gymnastics, and karate, all rolled in one. Here, junior students learn the dramatic somersaults, which are the hallmark of Taido. This young girl is a junior high school student and only a white belt, but she's improving by leaps and bounds. Before you can do what she does, you need to begin with the more simple stuff. And even more simple stuff than that. But one miraculous day, you actually stick the jump. Taido competitions consist of jisen, or sparring, hoke, which is a type of kata, or formalized ritual movement, and tenkai, which is a type of ritualized sparring in which a, quote, hero battles 5 opponents. This is an example of Nakano-sensei performing Taido sparring. This is what Taido hoke, or Taido forms, look like. And here's where Nakano-sensei is at his theatrical best, performing this highly theatrical and creative ritual combat in which he heroically combats 5 villains. Like Kung Fu, Taido really emphasizes the beauty of movement. Hitting the person is almost not so relevant. Here you can see another team doing tenkai in competition. They are good, but not as good as Nakano-sensei. Even great champions have their hard days. Here, Nakano-sensei injures his leg in a clash with an opponent during sparring. He is clearly in tremendous pain, but still tries to go on. He is grudgingly removed. Back in the safety of the dojo, we get a final look at this interesting art. I love this somersault back kick, as you can probably tell, and I could watch it all day. This is a really cool somersault done by a former world champion. Here's Nakano Sensei showing us this cool neck grab throw, which I also like a lot. I also like this fast footwork. Nakano Sensei really covers ground incredibly quickly. And here again is Nakano Sensei being his heroic best in this highly theatrical and creative ritual combat or tenkai. Of course, he ends with my favorite somersault kick. Although this class sometimes looks like a martial arts movie, there are truly normal people living normal lives. It just goes to show that greatness is within the grasp of us all. I'm your host, Robert Klein, and this is The Art of Fighting.